The stock market is dropping and it looks like it can definitely get worse. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBut Solutions, and let's jump right into it. Overall, NASDAQ market saw one of the biggest drops that it's seen in the past 4 weeks. The S&P 500 actually broke its 4-week green streak today. A lot of you guys know that the market's been on a consistent rally shortly after tech earnings, even though they weren't good. Supposedly, again, there's just enough buying pressure to send stocks to new highs based off of that very bearish overall downtrend that we've been experiencing for the first 6 to 7 months of the overall year. We're on a consistent green streak. This is QQQ. For those that are unaware, this is a NASDAQ ETF. It follows the NASDAQ market. So a great thing about this is that when the NASDAQ market was selling off, so does QQQQ. We wait for that good deal. We broke above the EMA. Everything looked good. And then we began to really take off. We were approaching the moving average. If you're part of my Learn Plan Profit group, we're obviously aware of the resistance at the moving average. We pointed it out that it was back in March that it also had that same resistance level. Now, one of the things that we also prepared for is the more that you prolong a pullback, the harder it pulls back. When it began to indicate signs of a resistance level for the overall NASDAQ market, what would you do? If something begins to show signs of a resistance level, would you reduce position size? Would you lock in profits? Or are you someone that begins to short? I began to trade the inverse ETF. This is SQQQ. And again, this is something that we use more on the short term. It's not an investment vehicle. SQQQ goes up when the NASDAQ market goes down. So you can see that it did very well when the NASDAQ market was selling off. But then guess what? It corrected itself when the NASDAQ market began to go up for the past 4 weeks. But today and yesterday, it's been on a green streak. Today I made over $30,000. Yes, $30,000 gain on SQQQ. If you're part of my Learn Plan Profit group, we were buying this during today's live trading session. So people love to ask of like, what do I get from being able to watch you trade live every day? You get real-time access to what I'm doing. My biggest focus has always been market direction. And anytime that the market is overbought or oversold, I always make sure that I look out for the beginner investor or the beginner trader. I mean, talking about the beginner trader, beginner investor, let's talk about Bed Baths and Beyond. I mean, I wish I still had my short position because this thing has been tanking. And I've been one of few channels. Look back from the very moment that BBBY began to take off, all I began to talk about was make your money, right? This is a high risk, high reward type of trade. But what you must know is that it always crashes. There's not one time in history that this thing has ever held and continues to rally. People talk about short squeeze. They think this time it's different. You know, we need to squeeze out the short sellers. I shorted this stock during today's live trading session with the Learn Plan Profit group. Our team absolutely killed it and only got a small part of the actual run. I made $658 with I think like $5,000, right? Nearly or over a 10% return. It was super easy. I mean, it's a walk in the park because guess what? Ryan Cohen, the guy that we talked about yesterday, we announced that he reported that he's about to sell his shares. Who reports that he's about to liquidate his shares and then doesn't sell them? That's the part that is just mind-boggling. That people will come up with any excuse in the book on why he's reporting, but that he's not actually going to do it. When has selling anything acted as a positive catalyst? That's what I want you to ask yourself. It's like, of course, he's going to liquidate shares shortly after he announces that. It just makes sense, right? Because he knows that this thing is a short-lived meme stock. And that's all it ever is, right? If you ever want to make money, ignore the noise and be realistic. Look at the previous patterns. It's very easy to see the overbought levels, the oversold, overbought, oversold. And one thing that you'll always notice is that these meme stocks always crash. So get out of your head. Stop being hopeful and start being calculated. Remove the emotions away from trading because it's not about how you feel or what you hope for, but it's about what actually makes sense. Never being afraid to lock in profits. At least that's what people say when they want to keep some money in your pocket. So one of the last things that I quickly wanted to talk about is where do I see the market going? So we saw a nice retracement this week, and this is a question that a lot of people have been asking. We pulled back a decent amount. And is this it, right? I mean, I'm a long-term investor as well. I have long-term plays. I'm invested in Tesla, Apple, Amazon. With the market pulling back, that means I'm only going to get a better deal. This excites me. You know who's not excited of pullbacks? People that did not prepare for them. Why do you think that we always talk about risk management and never being too heavily invested that you can't tolerate a pullback? Listen to this. Even if the market does begin to pull back just a little bit, I would expect it to be right around that EMA line. All I want to see is progress. As long as we don't sell off as low as we did before, then we're not in any trouble. But you have to think, what got us to this point? Why did things begin to get better? And why were things bad? Well, things were bad because inflation was really high. The Federal Reserve was raising interest rates. This was causing a lot of selling pressure due to uncertainty. And then guess what? Well, based off of the last CPI data report, it shows that inflation might have peaked. Now, it's not certain, but it shows that that's what the data says. This means that the Federal Reserve can also slow down at the rate that they're raising interest rates. This is what acted as a positive catalyst. So even if we do see another leg down, I cannot imagine it being as worse as what it's been in the past before. Can it be bad? Sure, it could pull on back, but guess what? If you're prepared, if you have money on the side, it's a great opportunity to load up on quality companies that you expect to make a recovery months or years from now. And that's the way that I look at it. I have fun trading, $30,000 a day. I'm very grateful for it. But I know the big money is made when you buy during uncertain times that are quality companies when most people are selling. Why? Because they cannot tolerate the time that it takes for stocks to recover. And it's that simple. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. If you have any questions about what I just talked about today, shoot me a direct message via Discord. It's the first link down below. I respond to all of my direct messages within 24 hours. Shoot, you can send me a message right now and I'll get back to you in 24 hours. And again, that's that first link down below. If you want to learn a little bit more about what it's like to watch me trade live, you could have seen me trade SQQQ today. You could have seen me short BBBY today, $30,000 profit. I would encourage you, take 2 minutes. Click the second link in the description and learn a little bit more about our Learn Plan Profit group and see if it's a good fit for you. It's very simple what we offer. We offer an A to Z video lesson library. You get to watch me trade live every day. You get access to our private group chat and you get access to my HQ. It's a 7,000 square foot facility in Chandler, Arizona. You get access to all of it, one-time payment, lifetime access, and right now it's $100 off, and that's that second link down below. I really do appreciate you guys' time. Friendly reminder, there's only 2 weeks left for the TechBuds giveaway, and we're giving away my exact trading setup, a brand new iMac. For every $1 you spend, it equals 5 automatic entries, and right now on all wall art, it's automatic 20% off your entire order. So make sure, if you've been waiting for a deal to pimp out your trading station, head on over right now to shop.techbuds.com or the third link down below and select your favorite items, and the discount applies automatically to everything in the wall art collection. I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that it earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, shoot me a direct message via Discord. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.